What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Big Man on Campus podcast. It's 5 o'clock. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus, here on a Tuesday. Football gets going this week, Thursday, the exact date. We'll get into a little college football today, talk about all sorts of things, take some questions, see what people are doing today, and, pick it back up. We're going to be doing this show pretty frequently. Obviously, now that football's here, I want to make sure we hit a lot of games. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Going to be putting out some daily video previews, different games throughout the week. Kind of picking them out and giving you kind of a 5 to 7 minute preview of the game and giving a pick for it. Also, I urge you, come join the website, rightwager.com. We've had a absolutely terrific response. Look, people can say what they want, but I'm slowly taking over this fucking business. It's just the truth. And I'm coming for everybody. I'm coming for all of you. I urge you to bless up and get involved. Donnie and I are doing something special. We have some big news coming in the next day or two about something coming up. So, look, we're taking it over. Whether it's speaking, whether it's going and meeting people, whether it's getting customers and building a brand. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to keep doing. So make sure you join, make sure you're involved, and make sure you get involved with what we're doing. So, that'll be that. If you want to join, get in touch, rightwager.com. All you got to do is register, pick the package you want. You get all of our plays for one price: college football, college basketball, NFL, soccer, whatever we have. It's very cheap. It's basically $50 a person. It's not a lot of money. So, most services are going to charge you $300 a month, $400 a month for one person. So, I'm cheaper and I'm better. So, it's your call. Do what you want. Welcome in Troy, Adam, Ron, Brian, Isaac, Paco, Ryan Gosling, Guan, Larry, Alex, Michael, everybody in here. Welcome in. People are asking me also how they get college basketball. You pay per month, or you pay long term. It's up to you. Thanks, Brian. Yeah. Drazen's one of my favorite players ever. Being from Albania and him being Croatian, he's always been my favorite. I think he's the best shooter ever, personally, and others will agree. Many people forget Drazen Petrovic because he passed away at a young age, but there's no doubt in my mind that if Drazen didn't pass, he would be the best European player ever, and I think he'd be a top 10 player ever in general. Drazen Petrovic was a star. And he was only getting into the crux of his career. It's a shame that he's gone. And in my area, in the Balkans, we consider him the greatest player ever from that area. So, you got guys like Vladi, Tony Kukoc, Peja, Dino Raja, all sorts of great Croatian players. But Drazen's still the best. Thanks, stage name. Appreciate it. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Kidson. If you could summon what? Champions League, I lost. I lost my game in the Champions League. But I hit with West Ham United and or West Bromwich Albion and Mansfield over. I had that. Thanks, Chris. Welcome in. Exactly, Isaac. Exactly. Reach out to Donnie Kidson. He's handling that. What percentage of college basketball totals did you have last year? I have no idea. I would say 40%, 30%. It was like 70-30. You live in Antigua? Well, you should get PayPal then. PayPal is a universal product. We will get into a lot of college football today. I'll start taking a look at the card. As many know, I'm not really a big baseball guy. I'm usually just tailing someone. Um, and I did so last night, and I won. So I tailed a play last night. I took the Chicago Cubs, and that got the job done. So I'm just kind of tailing. I'm not really making plays on my own. Baseball has kind of when football gets here, I just kind of involve myself. As far as today's card, I got to be honest. I'm probably going to get involved with the um, with the Brewers. I like this group. I like Guerra a lot. I like their bullpen. I think this is a good price for them. Price is going the right way. Probably get involved with the Brewers tonight. That's the only baseball game I would probably look at. DeScalafini and the Brewers, or Scalafini and the Reds are struggling. I mean, the Reds stink in general, but they've lost 5 in a row. During those 5 games, they've only scored 9 runs. I mean, they're really struggling right now. And you look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee's been good offensively all year. They're hitting right now. This just looks like a good spot. I think people will get tuned out a bit on Guerra. I mean, he has had some, bad starts lately. But you look at his last outing. You only gave up 2 runs over 5 1/3. Needs to be better. Junior Guerra has to be better. But you look at his career. I mean, he's been decent against the Reds. So I'll probably take a shot with that one. But that's really all I'm looking to do. How did West Ham not score 5+ goals? I'm not sure. I didn't watch that game. Hit the over in the Young Boys game. Missed on Kiev Ajax. Sorry to hear that. Nice website. Thank you, Stone Cold Stevie D. Appreciate that. Yeah, we took a lot of time with it, and it's turned out pretty well. So feel free to send in any questions you might have. I urge you, please hit the retweet button if you're on Twitter. Listen, I mean, there are plenty of people in here. All of you guys follow me on Twitter. Hit the retweet button. It's a great way to grow this channel. Obviously, now that baseball's over and football's here, I'd imagine we'll start getting more people. We're going to look to transform this channel into more of a video platform, do preview videos, do little shows and things like that. So we are looking forward to that. According to Adam Schefter, also, Alshon Jeffrey missed the first 2 games of the season, but he should be back by week 3. So not terrible there. Looking forward to the Eagles, who get going next weekend, next Thursday, actually, which is obviously big for us here. I will be down at the game, I would imagine. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to be at my house, frankly, but I'm not a big fan of going to games early in the season. It's too hot. The weather's not great. So I prefer I kind of prefer the week 3, 4, and after. Styles P, what's up? How college basketball have you done already? I mean, I'm always doing college basketball. As far as sleepers, I like Rider. I like Northeastern. If you consider Nevada sleeper, I like Nevada. A lot of stuff. George Young, what's up? Brian Rowe, welcome in. Brian Rowe was out at IFBC. He's back home, I'm imagining, I'm guessing. It looks like everyone's back home. A couple people still out in Vegas, I believe. But I'll talk more about Vegas tonight. I'll be doing the anger management class. Gabe show. I'll be filling in for him tonight on SBR. So make sure you check that out. Did you purchase a new camera? No, I just look better. I'm losing weight. Probably what it is. I don't know. No, I'm using a different computer, so maybe that's why. But no, I have not gotten a new camera. Let's get into some college football here. So yeah, as far as baseball tonight, I'm going to grab the Brewers here. Let's go here. I talked earlier on the show about the Thursday games. Just kind of reinforcing. I'm not running to the window to bet UCF. They should be able to beat Connecticut fairly easily. The problem I have with UConn is they're at home. This is a big game for them. First game of the season. Maybe they can hang around in this game and lose like 48-27 or something, or something like that. Gun to my head, I'd probably go over the number, but if you haven't bet the over yet, you're way behind. At the open, if it's 70, I'm interested. 75. You need Central Florida to score. I mean, to hit that total, you're going to need 28 from UConn, probably. Because I think UCF gets to around 50. I'll pass. Northwestern, Purdue, I still think there's question marks there. I don't think Thorson plays. And if he doesn't, obviously Purdue looks like the play. Purdue, though, I don't know that I trust defensively. If Thorson plays, that could be a decent play taking Northwestern. I think they're a better team than Purdue. I like their defense a lot more. I love Fitzgerald. I like both these coaches, actually. It's a tough one. First game of the season, you have basically a pick 'em. It's a toss-up. New Mexico State, Minnesota, we talked about a bit earlier on the show. It's a tough game. I think a lot of people are going to remember what they saw recency with New Mexico State. There are some pluses for them. I think defensively they're okay. I think they're better than what we saw. I think Huntley is a pretty good running back, and I think Romero will start to be able to be a better passer. Minnesota is just very good, or Wyoming is just very good defensively. The problem in this game is Minnesota is very similar to Wyoming. They have a great defense. The secondary is terrific. I wouldn't say that their quarterback's is good. As far as that, they're going to start a redshirt freshman, which is a bit of a concern. Obviously, want Vanderwall a little bit over what Minnesota has, but I think Minnesota's run game is really good. And I think Rodney Smith's a guy that you want to look out for. Shannon Brooks is lost for the season, and Rodney Smith will be able to run the ball. And that's a bit of a concern because New Mexico State had major issues against Wyoming on the ground. I mean, they gave up over 323 yards. That's a concern. I don't think it's much different of a game than what we saw on Saturday. I'd probably look under the number. I think this is like a 28-10 type of game, something like that, 28-7, 24-7. I don't think we see a ton of points here in this one, but it is a low total. Nothing that has wet my whistle yet. Tulane, I'm interested. I don't know that I trust them on the defensive side of the football. The whole world's going to be on the green wave here. They're at home. Kendall Hinton's not playing. There's some defensive players out for the Demon Deacons. All these games, you're not getting the best of the number, unfortunately. Look, if you could have got Wake at +7 or Tulane at +7, I'm buying in. It's down below that touchdown mark. But look, you ask me, I think Tulane will win this football game. And I think it'll be a big start for Willie Fritz's boys here as we start the season. There are some added games. Those are games that you obviously have to bet the day of. As far as the numbers, I'll be interested to see some of these numbers. Obviously a team like Texas A&M playing, they're going to be big favorites. Savannah State is arguably one of the worst teams in both divisions, whether it's FCS or FBS. I've talked candidly about my issues with these added games and these play four games. You have to understand, basically, guys, that teams like Savannah State, teams out of the SWAC, the MEAC, they're historically black universities. And the problem that I have with these is, first of all, they're unfair. Second of all, they're not they're dangerous, frankly. I mean, you have to look at the fact of, let's say, particularly in this game, UAB against Savannah State. UAB is a good team. Bill Clark's done a great job there. Basically, these kids are being forced to play against people that are way better than them, way faster than them, way stronger than them. So first of all, they're not as good athletically. And it's kind of like playing 8th graders against 4th graders. It's not really safe, frankly. Second of all, these kids are basically being pimped out for money. And it's a shame because these are kids that are college students. I know they don't have to play football, but they're going after something. They're trying to be a correct student athlete, and their student athlete stuff is basically just athlete. They don't get to study. They don't have time. They're traveling from Alabama to California back. They do ridiculous sort of work, and they don't get anything for it. Pay for play is bullshit, and the only people it destroys are black athletes. That's it. And black athletes suffer because it's the old stereotype. Oh, look at the black schools not doing well academically. You think it's because they don't try? No, they do it because they don't have as good academic performance as others because they have to do all this crap. They got to play against all these big schools. They're basically being pimped out, and it's a shame because at the end of the season, They lose every game. They get nothing to show for it, and they're embarrassed. Plus, some of these kids are getting hurt badly. It's like playing eighth graders against fourth graders is really what it is. So I'll be interested to see some of these numbers and what they are. Just know that it is kind of a shame what goes on with the NCAA. Javier Jimenez, what's up from Mexico? Welcome in, Javier. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Make sure you check it out every day. Thank you. UTEP should be back in form since Rodney Terry's recruiting. Yeah, he's brought in some big-time athletes for that basketball program. I'm ready to buy your picks, says Bankroll Mafia. Okay, we'll go to the website, rightwager.com, hit the register button, register, and then you can purchase. Thank you. You guys are class acts, totally approachable and chill. Thanks, Paco. Appreciate that. Yeah, listen, we're just like you, regular people. But I thank you. You're a great guy yourself. Saw this on VSiN today. A guy made a $130 parlay, $130K parlay bet on Wisconsin and Ohio State. Good for him. It goes against stuff that I do, but I wish him luck. I don't think he'll hit that, but good luck to that guy. Seems like he has a lot of money to play around with if he's betting $130,000 parlays. Ohio State against the spread. I think that's too many points. I think that's a good under game, personally. I think under 64 looks pretty damn solid there. Big man does look like you're losing some weight. Thanks, man. Listen, I don't think it shows in my midsection, but I'm getting there. We'll see. It's all about taking a conscious effort. You get free rolled when you bet FBS against SWAC and MEAC teams because they always shorten the game and you don't get paid. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I actually had that happen to me 2 years ago. I had Missouri against Delaware State. I laid, I don't know, I want to say I laid 48 or 50, and they were up 78-0, and they called the game, which sucked. So, yeah, it sucks. You're right about that. You just got to hope they play the full game. I wouldn't lay a big number with UAB. We'll have to see. I got to see what that number comes out at. But listen, I've laid big numbers. I actually laid 51 before with Colorado State against Savannah State a couple years ago. So I have no problem laying numbers. Settle down, Chris Carter. That's ridiculous. Settle down, dude. Put a small wager on FAU to beat Oklahoma. Well, that small wager is not going to win. So I hate to be negative, but FAU is not beating Oklahoma. Devin Rivera, hope you're well, man. Devin Rivera had some, he was involved with that hurricane. I hope you're well, my friend. Hopefully you are back to normal. Thanks for checking me out. Thoughts on over Navy Hawaii? You won't get an argument from me on that. I think that's a low number. So I thought we'd see that number more in the 67 to 68 range as opposed to 62 and a half. But yeah, I you don't have any issue for me there. Navy has a major issue in defensively. I think they're a team that can move the ball. I don't think it's any different from the game we saw over the weekend. I think it's a 42-38 type of game. No issue for me there. I'm signed up with Donnie until September 9th. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that, bro. Did you keep the diet going in Vegas? It was hard. I tried to, though. I tried to eat stuff that was, I guess, somewhat good. I had they had a buffet at the they actually had a buffet, but it wasn't like your typical buffet. It was more like just there and you went and got your own food, but like it was good. I mean, they had a lot of like beef and salad and stuff like that. So I tried to. As far as like some of the other meals, I don't drink, so I didn't have to worry about that. I did go out Sunday night for dinner. I had some some Italian food, but I tried. I mean, it's difficult in Vegas. I mean, everything is fairly doused in the wrong stuff. But like Friday night, the old me would like, and I think a lot of people would. I mean, Donnie and everybody did. We went out on the Fremont Street and they had pizza. I just didn't eat anything. I just tried to not eat anything, and I didn't eat. So I would say, I tried. It's not easy, but I worked out earlier, and you just got to kind of stick with it. When we release plays at a set time or release them earlier, there's not going to be out at a set time, but they'll be out way before the games. I would say the night before. Basketball, college football, NFL, soccer, and then we have someone coming on that will cap other sports, which that will be announced, I believe, tomorrow. So you'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Ryan. Great guy, Ryan Gosling. He sat with us at the banquet. Great guy. I make the same joke to him every time I see him, but he's a great guy. Big man, make a parlay. I don't really have one, man. I like the Brewers tonight. What's good, big man? How are the broads in Vegas? Broads are great. I had a nice time with a girl that I know out there. She was great. She came out. She lives out there. She came over to the hotel Friday, brought me some sundries and stuff that I needed, some body wash and all this different stuff that I needed, which was great. That was awesome. I saw her yesterday. We went out and had breakfast before I left down at one of the restaurants. She was terrific. Took me to the airport. She was great, which is, listen, when I go to a city, I have a girl there. I don't do no hookers and none of that bullshit. I do it up the right way. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to treat a woman with respect, and you got to treat her well. And you have her always. And I try to do that. She looks out for me. I look out for her. And she's always there. So I don't need to go out to a club and meet a girl. I already have a girl ready to go when I'm there. So. Actually, if you ask Mr. Gokster saw my girl that I was with. He saw me leaving with her. If Mr. Gokster's out there, he was in line at the checkout. He saw me. Listen, the girls that I'm with are fire. They're 9 or 10s always, and they're fit. Just put it that way. Ladies love the big man on campus. Sonny Vega, what's up, Sonny Vega? Welcome in, pal. Hope you're doing well. Sonny Vega, what a stand-up guy he is. Really hung out with him a lot. Had a great time chilling with him. We went out to dinner the other night. He sent us over dessert, which was very kind of him. Sonny Vega just you know what I like about Sonny Vega? Because where I'm from, he's like my friends. Like when we go out, it's not about money. You just go out and you have a nice time. You buy stuff. You enjoy your time, and it doesn't matter. People are so worried all the time about money. It's like you got to make memories, and I feel like Sonny Vega is that kind of guy. He'll go out, he'll splurge, he'll do little gestures like he did. That's respect right there. That's some respect right there. That's like that wise guy shit. You bring over shit. You send over a dessert. I mean, that was dope of him. He's a great guy. Him and Taylor, great people, super nice people. And I would always be in their corner if they needed me. As far as what else do we have here? Did I go to any clubs? No, we didn't go to any clubs. I don't drink or anything. And I got to be honest, Friday night I was knackered, so I went to bed around 1:00. Saturday night, you get tired. You walk around all day. You're busy. I did not go to any clubs. No. Any thoughts on USC UNLV? You know what, Oscar? I would lean with the dog there. I think this UNLV program's upstart. I like Armani Rogers a lot. Love Tony Sanchez. I don't think USC is particularly good. I don't think they're a top 20 team, let alone top 15. I don't think they're a team that I'm willing to lay numbers with, frankly. If I'm looking at that game, I'm looking at the dog there. You look at this number currently. Let me find that here. I mean, you can get, 26.5 is high. I mean, can we get that back to 28? I actually took Western Michigan last year against USC the first week of the season, and I covered. I was getting like 4 touchdowns, or about the same number. I think UNLV can hang in that game. I think they're good enough to hang in that game. Don't forget to jump on the lock of the year on Twitter, big man. I don't know what that means, Julian. What does that mean? Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. Sonny seems like a solid dude. He is. All respect, Sonny Vega. Also, Ian Cameron. I want to shout him out. I don't know if he's listening, but Ian Cameron is someone that I was excited to meet. I've become real good friends with Ian Cameron over the years, and he is absolutely terrific. What a joy to be around. Just a kind guy, really thoughtful. Whenever he would go to the bar, he'd ask me if I needed something. He wasn't one of these stingy, went over, bought people you drink or whatever. He was always around, and I felt bad because he didn't have his phone. He had a phone problem, But we kind of all hung out together all weekend because at the conferences we all sat together in the back. Him, me, Donnie, Kyle Hamburg, Chris Edge, MVP. They were all out there with us. We sat in the back, so. Ian Cameron was always around me, and Sunday was great. I mean, we just chilled at the book. We're watching games and just kind of hanging out. It was a great time. I didn't want it to end. I'd love for it to be like a week. That would be fun. I believe that new capper will help round out your offerings in other sports. Good move. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy him. What else do we have going on here? Don't watch much NCAA football. Are Clemson and Auburn the best teams again? Clemson is the best team, in my opinion, in the country. Lane Kiffin might try to score 100 on Sunday or Saturday. Well, he might try. I don't know if he will. You need to teach Ian how to dance. I didn't see him dance. I can't answer that. But if I could imagine what he would dance like, I'm sure it wasn't great. But he tried. Any Keno numbers you can cap? I need to hit Keno today. I don't know. Play shit that's important to you, like your mom's birthday and shit like that. I can't say I have any Keno. Where are you at right now, Sonny Vega? I don't have any Keno numbers to kick out. Couple other games I'm looking at. I like UMass. I'm thinking about UMass here. I got to look more into this game. Obviously UMass is a lot different than Duquesne, who I did have a small play on Duquesne. That was one of my losers this weekend. They got absolutely crushed by UMass. I wonder if UMass can hang in this game. I think they're better than people think, and I think we saw that they're better than people think. But I got to look more into this one. I wonder defensively about the Minutemen. One game I am going to probably move on, and I think this is something to keep in mind. And this is why week 1 is interesting in college football, because now that we have this week 0, you're going to have teams that are sorely overpriced by the market. And I think you have that this week with Wyoming. Washington State opened up 3.5. You look at the line move, it's down to 1.5. And you look at the move. Monday morning, at basically 1:11 in the morning. So Sunday going into Monday, it was 3.5. You started to see punters come in and bet Wyoming. By basically 4:00 Eastern, it was down to 1.5. I mean, it was down to 1 at one point. Now you're starting to see some buyback on Washington State. I think Washington State is the play in this game at this number. I mean, I look at Wyoming and I think they're really good, but I think Washington State's just a bit better. Better athletes, better players, and their quarterback Minshew can move the football. He's a good player, good quarterback, fits right into that system. I think you're gonna, we'll see Mike Leach, obviously a lot of underneath stuff. Their athletes are really good. Kyle Sweet, Todd Martin, they're good players over at Washington State. Good receivers. He always recruits. I wonder. I mean, is Vanderwall really good? I mean, he didn't really move the ball. It was more the run game. I think Washington State defensively are really good. I think Tracy Clace is a good defense there. I think this is a close game, but I think Washington State's a better team. Give me Wazoo here. Um, Sonny Vega at Harris, good stuff. How about Oregon this year? I've talked about Oregon. Talked about them on the panel at the IFBC. I'm very high on Oregon. What do you think about when Cappers charge 400 a month? What do I think when Cappers charge 400 a month? I think they're a bunch of fucking scam artists. That's what I think. Eagles 3.5. I don't like that. I haven't looked into the NFL yet, bro. Krakenberger charges 500 a month. Yeah, but Krakenberger is one of the best gamblers in the country. So Bill Krakenberger has my respect. Bill Krakenberger is a guy that wins, and when you have the pool that Bill Krakenberger has, you can charge what you want. Here's the thing: if you can get people to pay you that much, then you should charge that much. Krakenberger is dealing with big time gamblers. You got to realize if you get 20 people paying you 500 a month, that's good money. I mean, Bill Krakenberger bets money. Bill's one of the best gamblers in Vegas and one of the only people I respect. Bill's an old school East Coast guy. He's loyal. He's got a great bankroll, and he knows what he's talking about. He's an old school kind of guy. And I'm going to have him on my show very soon. I respect Bill Krakenberger, and he can charge what he wants because he's a guy that lauds that kind of price. If you can charge that price, you charge that price. That's simple. You got to realize if you have guys that are betting 10 grand a game, you don't charge them $99.99. It's just the truth. It's what go where things go in the business. It's got to be the right price. What are my thoughts on Kirby Smart? Um, I think he's more a coordinator, frankly, but that's just my opinion. Any thoughts on Nebraska? I think Nebraska are a bad football team. I think they'll be good in a year or two, but I don't think they'll be any good this year. They don't have the right personnel. Joe Lisi hit it right on the head with them. Philly Godfather. Have you seen those numbers? Listen, again, I don't like Philly Godfather. I think he's a scam artist and he's a punk. But listen, I can't tell another man what to make his prices. I don't think it's a smart business move, but who am I? Do you think San Diego State hangs within the number? Um, yes, I do. Yeah, I don't like Stanford defensively. I think they're going to have trouble in the secondary. Crackman's a stand-up guy. I spoke with him, and he admits he caters to whale bettors. Exactly. You got to realize if you have a guy that bets 50 grand a game, to charge him 99.99 would be ridiculous. That's very stupid. So now on the other side, if you got guys that are betting that much a game, you got a lot more pressure on you. Uh, yeah, Oregon's going to crush Bowling Green. They're going to win by 40. Favorite talk at IFBC. Favorite talk at IFBC other than my own. I got to tell you, I would probably say Whitlock and Clay Travis. I'm not fans of their certain things about those guys. I don't like their politics, but I got to tell you, I think as far as the talk they had, I thought it was good. I enjoyed kind of the candor that they had. I thought they were good. I thought it was interesting. I thought the comedian was good. If you consider that a talk, I thought he was really funny. You guys didn't see that weren't there, but he busted on me about 5 different times, and it was funny. He busted on a lot of people, had me laughing. So I would say the comedian. Champions League. Let's see. Europa League today with Alex Reed for tips. Make sure you check that out. On SBR, we went over about 10 games. Yeah, I mean, these Champions League fixtures aren't great. I mean, the ones today weren't that good, and today's aren't that good. I had one game today I liked, and I went with it. I would probably say I don't know. I mean, there's not great numbers on these games, really. Uh, I'd probably like parlay Salzburg and PSV for like even money. But yeah, I don't have much in these games. Probably going to be a pass. I'm going to not talk about that game, Hamza. I'm probably going to have a play on that one. But yeah, so guys, what we'll do, we'll take about 5 more minutes here. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in now. People have been sending them in, but feel free to send any more in that you might have. I urge you to go check out the website, rightwager.com, and check out what we're doing. Like I said, I'll be on tonight with the late night anger management class. I'll be filling in for Gabe Morency, who has some family business to take care of. And again, we wish our condolences yet again to him on the loss of his mother. He's got to take care of some business there. So we'll fill in for Gabe tonight on SBR. Make sure you check out for that. We'll talk more IPC. We might have a guest or two on, and see what goes on there. So don't miss that. I guarantee you'll enjoy the guest. I promise. What do we got on the chat? You mentioned a few weeks ago, and it showed again today. Goals in the EFL Cup. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the common theme with this tournament. They score goals. That's just what it is. The fixtures are hot and heavy, and you look at today. It was no different. I mean, you had a ton of goals in all these different games. West Brom Mansfield went over. Wickham Forest Green went over. Walsall Macclesfield went over. Queens Park Rangers Bristol Rovers went over. And there you go. QPR won today. They're a team to watch out for in this tournament, especially in these rounds. Oxford Newport County went over. Boy, Newport County are bad side. That went over. Middlesbrough Rochdale went over. Middlesbrough comes in. I told you they were a winner. Leicester City goes over. Hull Derby goes over. Doncaster Blackpool goes over. Norwich Cardiff goes over. Bournemouth MK Dons goes over. Blackburn Lincoln goes over. West Ham Wimbledon goes over. There was kind of 50-50. It was I think slightly to over. But yeah, it's a tournament full of goals. I'll be buying your college basketball package, but I need a homie hookup first. I don't do homie hookups. The price is very fair. I'm not giving anyone any hookups. I think the price is very fair for two people. Sorry, man. What time do the plays come out? What plays come out? Guys, again, we can't keep answering questions about this. They're going to be out way before they should. They're not going to be out an hour before. You have at least 4 hours ahead of time. Promise. In the coming weeks, we still be doing an English FA Cup show on top of the league show. Probably not. We'll see. The international breaks next week, so we won't be doing much of anything next week. But we'll see. Whatever SBR decides on, we'll try to fit it in, though. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been doing a lot of videos today. I got to kind of rest my voice for later show. Exactly. Good point, Sharka. Good point. Hopefully that guy wins his bet. But I'll be back on in about, 4 hours. Catch me then, 10 o'clock Eastern. Late night anger management class, SBR. Check out that. We'll review some IPC. We'll talk more college football. We'll have a guest or two on that you guys will enjoy. So I urge you to join us for that. I'm going to take a shot tonight with the Brewers against the Reds. So make sure you, if you wish to opine, feel free to do that. Are you continuing your personal podcast? I don't know. Probably not. I got a lot going on. No, Viva La Vegas, probably not. I got too much going on, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to cut this down. The website was supposed to cut this down, all the stuff I'm doing. I'm actually getting something going as well in the next couple of weeks with something that's going to tie up my afternoons as well. So I got to get all my ducks in a row, but probably not. Luckily, I got some good info out with some of the personal podcasts, told my life story, talked to Donnie, had some talks about the industry. We'll see. I don't know. It's way too busy, though. From now until April, it's busy. Viva, I don't know what Blackjack's doing with that. I'm probably going to see Blackjack later in the week. We're going to meet over at the Ocean Resort, so I'll see. I have no idea though. Um, if we do it, it's not going to be every night. It might be a night a week, which I think works better. We don't need it every night during football. When basketball comes back, maybe we'll start it every night because it was fun. But I would say it'll probably be back in some aspect. But you say keep it going, and I appreciate that. But the thing is, like, we want to make sure a lot of people want it back. I get you listen, and we appreciate that. But, everyone's got to listen. People got to call in. And it was fun. We had a good run with it. We just need content. And once basketball comes back, it'll be easier because you have stuff every night. Football's not on every night. And, what are you doing on a Tuesday? What are you doing on a Wednesday? One thing about this business that's tough is I talk about the same games a lot. I talk about the same shit, day after day. I also have, my own, show that I'm, we're starting on next Monday, a college football show. Me, Drew, and Kelly in Vegas. So it's a lot going on, people. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to take a little nap. I'm still a little bit tired from the trip over the weekend. You all have a great night. I'll see you at 10 o'clock. Make sure you check out SBR for that. Have a great night. I'm out.